need to delete your Reddit account, and here's why. Given the changes that have happened over the course of Tombs and Mascot release, it's been really interesting to see how the changes have gone down. And this has really been characterized between the response that's happened from the last week's changes, or like even yesterday or 2 days ago's changes from Reddit, compared to literally every other single community that exists within this game. Generally speaking, I feel like the response that's been had from the Reddit community has been purely characteristic of who they are, what they're doing, the way they perceive themselves, the way they perceive other people. I think it's rather more pathetic, weak, feeble, disgusting, really, like, to be honest. Like, and there's a couple points. I think Aticon's video kind of addressing the hate towards him was a really interesting perspective. But I just think I'd go one further and say that if you're complaining about something from a perspective of like a victim or lower than or less than or casual, then that's all that you're going to be, and that really fucking sucks. Like, I feel like if you're in a mindset where you perceive yourself as that, then that's all you're gonna be. Like, if you believe that you can't do better, then you're not gonna do better. And that's just from an individual point of view. The compounding effect of that is that if you're in a community where everyone thinks like that, and if you're on Reddit and you're complaining about, no, you are being represented by these people and you need to get out of it immediately if it doesn't resonate with you. You know, if that's, because it's literally upvoted by like 2.5k, which is a lot. Plus who you're being represented by, and that's who you're surrounded with, then you're inevitably going to be reflecting those values, and you're never going to improve as a person. And that life just fucking sucks. Like, believing that you can't do something is just such a limiting belief towards anything, where you're automatically not going to have fun. And you might cope and just say, I'm playing good, I've got a good life, you know, etc., etc. But, you know, deep down, you know, there's a bit of like guilt and shame towards yourself of, you know, how much you're limiting yourself. And we all instinctively know that everything that is all possible. You're just stopping yourself and giving excuses, because that's what they're for. I feel like just being surrounded by and having that mindset of, you're ruining the game for me, I need to get best in slot drops from 0 entry level raids, is really self-centered, self-serving, not for the direction of the game. You know, by limiting yourself towards just that, then, you know, you're going to get yourself nowhere. So thought I'd break ramble retirement just to rant a bit about Reddit and why you need to delete it, because, you know, if you're on there and if you're reading this stuff, then you're attracting that in. Just being realistic, I just don't want that type of energy in my life, and neither should you. I shouldn't have to look at this stuff because it's so limiting, it's so negative, it's so low vibration, if you want to use those words. And it's just not an epic, fun, enjoyable mindset community to be in. One who complain about other people, their shit on them for zero reason at all, self-centered, coming from lack, believing that you can't do it. And that's all that Reddit is, and that's all it is. So I feel like everyone should delete their Reddit account, never go on that website ever again. Jagged should never look at Reddit or consider their opinions, because they're self-centered and not for the benefit long-term of the game and for other communities that they should be serving. Whereas literally every other single community, from Discord channels to Twitter, is a wider bit. Even the forums, to some extent, are considerate of other people's perspectives and take that into account when they whine about a point-and-click adventure game from 2001. That's all I gotta say. Probably expect more videos from me like this in the future, because, you know, I'm really enjoying Tombs of Massacre. As you can see, I'm thieving Blood Shards of 200 mil thieving because I really like the content. Maybe I'll just switch to Torture, but, you know, with my Ambrosia's gone, which is another thing. Probably wouldn't be as good. Anyway, see you on the next one.